Hey guys, in this video, I want to talk about how we're going to do the race start, finish, and a little bit of trail etiquette for this year's Sillamore 2021. So for the start, what we decided on, we're going to do a staggered start based on how fast you think you're going to finish the race. So we're going to send the fastest runners off first, and then every 5 minutes, we're going to send another group off. Another 5 minutes, another group. There'll be one group in both the 50K and 25K where there's a 10-minute gap because that's where the greatest concentration of runners are. So I'm going to post a chart so you can see what I'm talking about. So again, at the beginning, fastest runners, at the end, slowest runners. And we're just counting on you guys to self-assess, kind of be serious and honest about where you think you're going to finish, because this will just help us spread out at the beginning of the race. So one big reason I want to get you guys spread out at the start is one, the social distancing, and two, I think you guys are aware, about a mile into this race, there's a creek. So if we do a mass start, you'll spread out a little bit, but everybody compresses at the creek. So I think with these 5-minute gaps, we can kind of minimize the compression at the creek. So one group can more or less get across before the second group gets there. And after the creek, everything should kind of take care of itself. I mean, things should spread out. There should be just natural distancing, just, based on racing at that point. So that's why I'm doing the staggered start. But there'll still be a little bit of compression at the creek. So y'all know, if there are any pictures taken at this race, it's going to be at the creek, right? So what I don't want are a bunch of pictures showing up on Facebook of you guys at the creek waiting to cross or crossing, dropping your mask, taking selfies. We don't need that because we're trying to run a safe race, right? Because I'm going to see it, your mama's going to see it, and none of us want to see it, okay? Because it could affect us next year. If we're still operating under these kind of conditions next year and I have to apply for a permit from Department of Health, I just don't want that kind of stuff out there. So when you, at the start, at the creek, keep your face coverings up. So again, face covering is a mask, buff, bandana, nose, and mouth. So please do me that favor. Just really keep them up until after the creek. After the creek, you guys should spread out. If you're greater than 6 feet away, so this kind of goes into the trail etiquette. If you're greater than 6 feet from the runner in front of you or behind you, you can drop your mask. I mean, I know nobody wants to wear the mask while they're running, but if you're closer than 6 feet, please wear the mask. If you're overtaking a runner or being overtaken, please pull your mask up while that process is taking place. If you're being overtaken and you don't mind, step off the trail, allow a little more distance as the passing runner goes by. Nobody probably is going to set a PR this year just because everything's going to be a little bit slower. Just, if you don't mind, step off the trail being overtaken and let the passing runner go. So after the creek, I think it will spread out to where it's not that big of a deal. Just kind of wanted to let you guys know why I was doing the staggered start. Also, your time is not going to start until you cross the timing mat. So if you start at 7:25, you're still going to get an accurate time. You're not going to be penalized 25 minutes. And we'll take the extra 25 minutes into account for the cutoff time. So you're not going to be penalized. We're just not going to be starting as one big group. So keep that in mind. All right, for the finish, when you finish, in years past, people who've finished before you, they're waiting on their friends, waiting on family, and everything can get kind of tight there at the finish line. And I try to be there for all the finishers. I try to give you guys a pint glass, shake your hand, and I will be this year, but I'm not going to be able to shake hands, but I will give you a pint glass as you pass by. And, maybe an elbow bump, I don't know. But I will give you a pint glass when you cross. But we're going to bubble off a section of the finish line so family, friends can't get too close. So once you cross, once you get your pint glass, we're going to ask you just to kind of, move on out of the finish area, see your family and friends, outside of that area. And again, we'll have it flagged off so you'll know what I'm talking about. And, just kind of go celebrate back at the cabin, back at the campsite, back at the motel. We're just trying to minimize how much congregation there is at the finish, which is different this year. But I know you guys kind of understand why we're having to do this. So I guess that's it. Start is going to be a staggered start. Just try to be courteous on the trail. Wear your face coverings at the start. Wear your face coverings at the creek crossing. And especially no selfies, not wearing your face covering. Cross the finish line, take a glass, and we should all be good. Thanks.